Hello, ladies and gents. Welcome back to the show. I'm taking over. James's brain is leaking out of his nose.
Yeah, I had some nosebleed.
You got like a bloody lip.
Really?
Yeah, he's blood right there. Can we get a James cam?
No,
on the blood. But you love showing people gross stuff. About like you're showing your gash on your head. You draw the line at a bloody nose. Well, he's off, isn't he? That's probably for the best. Either way, next matchup coming is going to be interesting. We've got Complexity. Obviously, they just lost against Space Station, which is rather unfortunate. How far away are we from the game? With the game? I want to see a knife round. Do we have a knife? Okay, we'll go to the knife when that comes along. I want to go to the knife when it comes along. I don't like this. It's just me and you thing. I think it's see, look like this. This is weird. And now James's arse was in the way as well. This is just all getting a bit too much for me. How are you doing, James? Have you rectified the situation? Have you removed all the blood?
Yep, it was blood. Some speculation as to whether or not it was tomato sauce, but it was blood. I had a massive nosebleed earlier.
What do you know? What triggers them? Is there a trigger for them or something?
Like late summer, I tend to get nosebleeds. I don't know why, because it's not. It doesn't even feel like it's the height of summer. But just when it's like one of those warmer days, sometimes it gives me a nosebleed. I have no idea why, but I get them annually around this time of year, along with the asthma going to pits.
Are there any dangers associated with it?
It's a release of pressure, so I don't think so, unless you're losing excessive amounts of blood, which is not the case.
But it's like not like an indication of maybe something else, or.
I don't think so.
Fair enough. Good enough for me. Well, EUnited. I was mistaking them from Complexity earlier. It was EUnited that's on land just very recently. It got a 16-6 best of 1 against Na'Vi. Now that's quite impressive if you look at the fact that Na'Vi has some of the best players in the world, and EUnited, you don't really think of them in the same ballpark in that respect. But it was Dazzle and Moose who really showed up in that regard. So we'll look to them on this Mirage to see if they can do so yet again.
As he re-peek, he knows more than one person is facing him. The odds are not great. Just keeping an eye on things. Two players moving through the underpass for Complexity. And a quick boost. Surely not expected. Oh dear! That has ended in disaster. We got ourselves an upgrade, a USP for death. Highly rated player. English player in North America. Again, one of those ones who is kind of off the radar, I think, for people at home, but it's definitely on the radar again. Offered a role on Cloud9, which he turned down some time ago, to stick with the Complexity project, which I love. Loyalty is a good thing. Planting for short. FNS, I was in deathmatch with him earlier on. And now he finds himself on the server. Nice and warmed up. Case in point, nice headshot from him. 3 more to find. They've got a smoke grenade with this kit. Moose trying to find a frag. There's another one. 2 players remaining. Moose picks up the kit, not the smoke. And Android will pick up another headshot. 3 for him in that round. And the pistols with Complexity.
Nice. Complexity. Get to start off with all the monies. And the Force Spy comes out, although they didn't spend everything. Interesting approach here from EUnited. So basically what they're doing is just keeping... This is like the Force Spy of old, but they're just keeping a little bit of extra money that they would otherwise have. So $500 to $800 they've kept. Actually, it's a little bit more in some cases. So this is interesting. This is another variant, permutation of how to play this new economy. We get $1,900 for losing the pistol round. Snapper will go down. Connector controller's had. Stando, surely his back is exposed. Oh, he actually dodges his way through the smoke. Finds himself a long-range engagement with the MP5. Makes that work. The Deagles will be out after him.
You heard Relics take a step. But he will get a kill out of it, even though it's not Relics. FNS jumping over his head. Can't pull out the weapon before trading. Before he gets traded. Now Relics is alone. 2 frags out of this situation. Not a bad start for EUnited, and he can position himself for an exit frag. Again, Relics, someone who we don't really know what his status will be in the EUnited to come. Of course, they did sign Cooper as a sniper. We haven't seen him in action just yet. I know EUnited are in Chicago for IEM. So maybe he'll come afterwards. And what does this mean for Skylight? Again, if they have good performances in the short term and everything works, well, I imagine they'll still make the changes they're going to make. So he did pick up the AWP for a very brief time to try and fill that hole on the team. And I'll be curious to see what happens. This is the CT side, so probably next round we will find out. I would imagine he will be sniping for the team with the lack of Cooper. And it's another dangerous round for Complexity to deal with.
Gold gloves, yellow knife. Coordination from Android. No helmets. No helmets to see. No helmets to protect them from the SMGs. Gonna be very sad for them, surely. Dazzle, though, starts off with a frag, but it now snowballs out of control. 4 versus 3. Open plants, not too much really to say about this one. For United, their objective is not to die, really. You don't want to give away money to any of these SMGs, of which there are 2 on the T side. But it would be nice if you could try to find a way to get a kill, sneakily harming the economy of the opponents. It's always a goal in a situation like this. At least the kills are going to the AKs, so you don't get that additional bonus money of the SMGs, except for the last frag. And that's the 3-0 locked in by Complexity. Now moving into the 4x3 United. We're going to see AWPs here. So now the real Counter-Strike. We're going to see double AWPs, in fact.
Oh,
Moose
yes.
is on it. Moose.
A loose moose is a good moose.
It's like the young... It's Nazi's reincarnation. He's come back to play Counter-Strike again.
Where is he headed? Up to the short position. He's blind. He can see again. He's got a gap. He's got a kill. Easy for Moose. Great start. Relics will be... He's towards the window, waiting for Def to have a look-see and punishing him for doing so. Well then, 3 versus 5 for Complexity. They know there are 2 AWPs. They have limited personnel. They're all separated as well. Maybe looking for an overextension, a peek. Stanislaw collecting an AWP top mid. But someone's got to find a can opening. I love this angle from Moose. Android, half a second too slow. Now Stanislaw will make lots of noise while Ye tries to walk out of ramp. Now EUnited will say 1B, and maybe that will make players a little less focused towards the A site, but apparently not. Stanislaw heard running away from the B bomb site. It's always smart when you, like, there's one player left in a situation like this. You can just put someone in Palace, for example. Just get aggressive on the other side of the map. Close the map down without taking too much risk yourself, of course.
Well, that's a good start with the AWPs, isn't it? I like the jump from Moose in mid at the start. I've actually started getting that more consistently myself now. It's pretty satisfying. So the presence from United in mid is really strong. This is really cool to see, just them deciding that they want to really make sure that the Ts can't have hold of that, and they know how to do it. It's difficult, but worth it. Now the A set piece comes in from Complexity. Dazzle trying to work triple, but instead he will be worked by the UMP of Shazam. Ooh, Moose! That's beautiful, tracing through the smoke. Extrapolating his position based on where he first saw him and how fast he was moving. And that's a 4v4. Big flank coming in though.
Molly's down to buy time for everybody on Complexity. FNS forced to reposition. 4v4. FNS picking up an AWP now. Can't take the duel with the M4A4. Smoke on the bomb. More or less. Android may have a better position though. Molotov standing his ground. They're lining up for him behind the smoke. So transfer from Def for super fast frags for Complexity. And that is made very, very, very expensive for EUnited. They've lost everything. Instant reset. This is disastrous.
Yeah, this is absolutely the situation United were after. get that super fast reset. Looking for that big T side. If EUnited want to play those double orbs, they're not going to have money to go to that very many times in this half. Mirage very fast round into B. I like this with the relevant flashbangs as well. Stan has, you know, they're being flanked. He's taking damage, he'll die, but at least they understand what's going on. They've got all the info, but they've got to hit the shots now. Out comes the Deagle for Dapper to finish off the Mac 10 in Yay. And all of a sudden, a 1 versus 2 for Finesse, but he's got Norp and a Mac 10 to contend with. So maybe there's a spot where you can just consider saving this, I think. We'll have to see what his decision is. He's going to go all the way around. And this is being covered by Def. There is the check, he shoulders it. Now with the information given up, no element of surprise. Surely it's too much for Finesse, and he will back away.
Banking on the element of surprise. And indeed, doesn't last very long. So he'll accept. Okay, this one's yours. Time to move away. What, this is a monstrous start for Complexity. Insta reset. But EUnited will have the money to buy. That AK will help a lot. Moose on 6k. Moose and Retakes could go double up again if they wanted to. There's one. There's two. And Kevlar. Yes. Fat green knife. It's quite nice.
Oop. Oh, we got hit by the nade. That's sad. Blocked his jump. His lovely jump.
Lovely jump.
Not so lovely anymore.
Your uses of lovely and pretty during ECS shows is very unusual, I'll say.
Gonna mix it up. Oh, that's a nice one. Dapper, what a beautiful catch. And that allows Retakes to stay out here, just warping towards connector. That's so awesome. Although he does go down in the end, Retakes looking to defend, understands the boost through window and defends that as well. So Complexity trying to poke and prod all over the place, but they're getting their fingers chomped off by EUnited. Rather, sorry, by EUnited. There we go, got there in the end. Got there in the end. That's what it's all about, James.
The fridge doors are closed.
It's about the finish, not the start.
Fast shot from Shazam. Got to hit the head. In a situation such as that, it's stolen somebody's 5-7. Error, the gun sets. I don't know who you are. I don't know if that flash was meant to go that way.
Yep, probably not. Probably looking to drop that for short, but never the mind. So EUnited, they win one back when they get the orbs in play. It's really interesting that they go for the double orbs straight up. They're just in there, double orbs. We don't want to play the CT side any other way. We want these double orbs. That's how we're going to do it. Retakes this time. Will he go for the jump across? No. Ooh, got to be careful.
In the face. In the face, and that's partly why you have other teams drop a flashbang from A. Although I don't know if Dapper was in position to do it at the time, but then be in position if you're going to late peek.
Look at the buy of Complexity too. This is a round where they don't. This is like a huge way to get into this, getting that early pick with those pistols. But it's a good defense coming in from Finesse, and Dazzle's pushing a Palace. So info here for the CTs. That line, the laser.
Control going straight into it. Moves with 93 HP, dropping off the balcony completely. Could have held the gap, although they actually no, he can't because they don't have position on short, so he could get peeked from short into the window, and his scope would obscure his vision. Def looking for something, but the AWP was taken away much earlier on in the round, so there is no weapon to collect there. Seems he's found something, and it's been lost once again. That's very good range for EUnited in CT spawn, but again, you have to worry about a bomb plant at this point. And they've got no eyes on the actual site itself now that Dazzle is checking his flank, his 6th. Pop flash for CT will be very telling. I won't catch Dapper off guard though. He is taking the safer route. And now, yeah, the bomb will go down. And Android will go down immediately afterwards. Yeah, he's trying to pick great timing. The flashbang comes just a second too late. And I was going to say at this point he's trying to clutch the round, but Doesn't seem like that will be a thing.
Well, the double also really working. You'd imagine that in response, Complexity just going to hit a fast set piece. That would be a good way to respond. Whether it's A or B doesn't really matter. All that matters is that you have a huge amount of smokes, just killing all the vision everywhere, so you get a bomb down, force the AWPs to go for retake. That's where the AWPs are worse, typically speaking. Having to peek into position, as opposed to holding position.
Pistols. Pistols, Dad.
Pistols.
I love this kind of round. It's fine, I'll take it. Oh! Desert Eagle from Android. Andy Royd. Oh dear. Trying to clean up mid. Taken from the back. FNS and Relics have a mess on their hands. Now what? Complexity slowing it down. The bomb, I do not believe... Well, Android's got a kill carrying the bomb, so maybe it was spotted earlier, but that information is old. It's too old. Means EUnited will head towards the B bomb site. They will make a mistake in that respect. Bomb has been planted. Relics really need somebody to cross his path. Otherwise, they surely don't go for it. Maybe a shot to the plant pot to just invite someone to have a look. They'll smoke themselves off connector. Just to collect the AWP. And that's round number 6 for Complexity. Breaking the streak for EUnited.
Streak has been discontinued. But the AWPs remain. And that's what's important for them. That's really where all the success has been had. Oh my god, that happened to me today twice.
What did?
When we were playing a game together, James. Like, okay,
someone shot you and you died.
No, they shot me with a deagle through smoke and just headshot me straight away.
Oh, that's not good.
Twice it happens. Then it happened once with an AWP as well. Just kept getting bodied by this one guy shooting through smokes. Anyway. It's like Complexity looking for that fast set piece into the A site. I think that's a really good idea. We're just going to spot one player there, Dapper. It doesn't really tell you too much seeing someone in Palace, though. But the lack of presence in mid might start to tell them something, because they've got to be feeling suspicious now. Only three players towards A at the moment. This might be difficult to defend, and one player isolated on triple, that's Dazzle. The Loaf man. Dapper gets taken down, but the Loaf is distributed, and you go for one kill. And it'll be a 4 versus 3 now for Complexity after plant. This has just worked out perfectly.
Bomb's not down just yet, however. And the smokes are dissipating.
Oh dear.
And indeed, they've waited too long for that one. That's a lovely second shot from Moose. Very, very important. Not an easy one. Did he see a whisper of somebody towards a shadow position? What is that?
How has he done that? How do you do that?
I don't know. He's still going. FNS really wants the gun.
But he doesn't have an advantage on seeing his opponent there. They were both like very close to.
Oh, they failed the jump twice. Oh my god, he's got a shotgun. Oh, in the face, baby! This has fallen to pieces. Oh my god, this is anyone's game now. Stanislaw moves back. It's so smart that he moves back to help him see Relics first. If he's too close to the wall, Relics may have the advantage. That was brutal.
Like, it started off, everything was great for Complexity.
Oh,
just basically pre-firing it. That's amazing. Oh my days. That's a cool flash in mid for his teammates. Oh man. I'm happy Complexity won it though, because they'd spent too much time, they wasted too much time before planting the bomb. I kind of wanted them to win that round, but in brutal fashion. Some pew-pew from Finesse. Not really too much you can do from there though. Have you still got the MP5 equipped?
No.
How long did it last me?
Never bought it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I have it. I have it equipped, but I just never use it now. Or like I never like the spots where I would buy an MP7, I just don't buy an MP5 in those spots anymore.
Yeah, I rarely buy an MP7, and I'd rather buy an MP9, and I don't really want to use it on the T side because I know the only saving grace at the moment for me is the lack of traces.
Yes, that is it. Yeah.
So I wouldn't equip it on the T side. It would purely be for the purpose of like spamming through a smoke on maybe banana or something as a CT. Beyond that, doesn't serve a purpose for me.
Yeah, I think I'm going back to the MP7 myself, just because there are spots where I feel like the MP7 is really nice, because there is, for example, like if your money sucks to the degree that maybe you could get a FAMAS and limited nades, could probably take some spots where the MP7 would be just as good as the FAMAS and have more nades. And it's still not bad on mid-range because of the mobility. So yeah, whereas the MP5 is not as good. It's just not as good.
I should consider actually. I don't mind playing like an MP9 under boost because of the fire rates, but there's probably a trade-off between slower fire rate of the MP7, but likely better bullets and armor penetration. So I'm going to look into that later on. We've got EUnited moving up the mid position. Stanislaw looking away from the flashbang, but they'll kill him first. And there's no trade. Android further back in case of a fast push or to help his teammate, but he can't do either. Can't stop the push, can't help his teammate. Moving towards B now, Moose hiding on the site, picks Def off. He can run distraction for his teammates as they rotate in, but that's one peek too many from him. Perfect Molotov, but no kill for Shazam. That leaves Ye by the bench. Lovely shot from him. Great corrections. A spray for the second player. Where is the third? Dapper still moving in. Waiting by the cash register. Ye will slow it down. Looking for the aces, Ye. He has a minute to play with. Dapper still waiting. Can't hear the reload. I did wonder. Now, Ye. If he runs underpass, Dapper could hear him. You can see how close those 2 points of the map are. 39 seconds. Does he run? Dapper starting to move. Looking for a flank. Still walking, Ye. Dapper looking into B now. So there is a bomb plant opportunity for Ye. He could even smoke connector, but he could get sprayed off. He just came from short, so it's unlikely Dapper's going to be there. And it's game on.
He goes. Oh, they're both going to meet each other, surely. Oh, did he stop in the smoke? Oh, he stopped in the corner. That's devious. Oh, but he's actually figured it out, Dapper. He has figured it out. That is brilliant. That was pretty sneaky to just sort of sit in the corner there, like still in the smoke. But Dapper, he's too smart for that. Those shenanigans. And maybe Ye is going to be sad he didn't try to play it out in another way, as he is unable to get the ace clutch. Will be 4 rounds for EUnited, 8 for Complexity. And every round of EUnited have won has been just so hard fought. They're just having to really grind those out. And speaking of MP9s, we got 2 on the CT side.
How will those be used? MP9 on the CT side, maybe T-ramp. Maybe connector, not ideal though, because it's going to be required in other places as well. Great start from Moose. And indeed, Relics will be near A ramp with the first MP9. It's a nice revenge frag. Now they've got to fear a boost into the window. FNS towards the B bomb site. Dapper's got to move back because just in case they heard the collision with the grenade. Big frag from Ye in the meantime. And our Relics has got to find something. But with nobody on A ramp, well, they are coming his way. But they're walking. Ooh, the first player's in the red. Oh! Seen a bomb also. 1 minute 10. Now, Def is still towards the B bomb site. FNS is on short, but he does not appear to have made any sounds. So with that information, they can feel more confident making a play towards B after the bomb was spotted in T-spawn. Def with 11 HP. If the timing works out for FNS, he could get a kill here, but he's moving into mid seeing nothing, hearing nothing towards B. But he also hear nothing towards A. He could see Ye going into the entrance. Ye's having a look. There he is. Not the duel you can really take with the MP9. But little time to make a decision. Now Dazzle wonders what's going on, and surely this is a safe situation.
Resets for days. Complexity looking really good for this map so far. Oh my god. They're going to have absolutely bugger all in this next round. $2,000 for relics. 3 players who are going to have $1,500. Moose who will have $2,900. Ouch. What do you even do with that? I mean, you'll have a... Do they go for 1 save for the last round? Might have to be it. Just try to get that 510. But then, at the same time, your money's still going to be awful. So, force? Yeah, looks like that's the case. Oh dear. Oh dear, oh dear.
Not ideal. Far from perfect, in fact.
Is that window smoke? Nice.
I think if you stand sideways like this, part of your model is visible. But if you're looking up and facing the wall to the right, you're not.
You have to look up as well.
I just say looking up. Thank you very much. Damn.
No, I was just saying, as a question, you have to look up as well? Question mark?
Oh, I don't know, because most models have backpacks, so I would imagine it doesn't make a difference, but so looking up is for the flashbang mainly. And Shazam is the last one. Android didn't last long enough for me to say his name. So somehow EUnited have made this very difficult buy work. Dazzle's flanking. He has to... He can't just pursue non-stop because... Oh, that's a massive frag from Shazam. That full finishing's off. So whoever's flanking that position... Well, if they didn't have the bomb as well, needs to be careful pursuing non-stop because if he goes down, then the rotation away is possible. So that player's got to be a little more careful than the rest. So we are into the last round of the first half. 9 rounds so far for Complexity. Android's a shooting gallery for the sniper in the window, but also for them up top mid. Okay then, EUnited getting deleted in round 15.
Ew. Well, that's one way to do it. Complexity lose the round where you expect them to win, and then vice versa happens in the following round. Dazzle just patrolling the window. All is lost. All is lost. Right then, you can see the scores at the end of the first half. Moose definitely a standout with the AWP. He had actually great performances with that weapon. Was pivotal in some of the round victories that they had, and in creating some of the more awkward spots for Complexity. But it will be a 10-5 for Complexity nonetheless. Android having quite the game, and if they win this pistol, you dread to think what the scoreline will look like in the next 10 minutes. Is that for jungle? Yes, it is.
Streaming out of the A bomb site, it's retake territory for Complexity. They have a smoke in tow with the defuse kit on death. EUnited have position, all Glocks though. No fast firing CZ or otherwise. Dapper looking for a flank, but everybody is making their way through jungle now. Does he play off with his teammates? They're checking for him. Can't find a frag. This is looking very good for Complexity. But the kit is on the ramp position. They will have the strength in numbers for the final duel. Android probably gets a helmet for free. Looks like he got a headshot only. Indeed he did. 11 HP, but perfect armor. Cheap helmet for him.
I used to try the CZs on buy rounds more. Piss rounds more. Because I always go for PT50 and have the extra utility, but maybe I should...
From what? On
in certain spots.
as a CT?
Yeah, in certain spots. Maybe I should pick it up.
I think if you're playing a position which there's a fair chance of a rush, then like if I'm playing the position, I always buy a CZ and a smoke. So, or like if it's IV on train, I'll buy CZ and Julies just for the banter. For the pure bants. But also I bought a skin for £150.
Julie's skin.
Yeah.
What Julie's skin could
It's
possibly be
the
worth
it's
that
the
much?
Lancia livery and the Lancia car with the Martini sponsorship. It's like it's that. Actually no, that's the Krieg. The Krieg is the Lancia. There were two cars.
I repeat, what Julie's skin could possibly be worth £150?
It's from the same series. It's like a racing thingy-majiggy, but it's also a souvenir one.
I guess it's just not for me, I suppose.
No, but the Julies are hard work. It's always a mistake to buy those over a P250 or a CZ57.
There will be an update, you know, that will make them really godlike at some point.
The problem is, I think there is no balance for them. I think they're either overpowered because they're two pistols with 30 bullets, or they're underpowered and they're not so accurate or reliable, which is where they are at the moment. I don't know why Get Right buys them, to be honest.
We'll never know.
But we could just ask him.
4 versus 3. And this has been made quite awkward here for EUnited. 2 versus 4 now, so they have access to a bomb site. Molotov goes deep. And a deep Molotov like that is pretty awesome because it does, if the TCs are in any degree out of position, then they can't PQ taking the bomb or planting the bomb for default. So that's really nice. I like it. So, Dapper will take down Android, and looks like Complexity can't really save anything here. EUnited might be back in this one straight away. Just getting that buy-in. And using the extra money they got from the bomb plant on the first, after the pistol round, or during the pistol round, to get those AKs in. And then to lavish into success. Surviving with 3, picking up an M4. That's not a bad look. Not bad at all. And that's why it's so scary, like if you get a bomb down and lose the round, it's so much money for the second round. You get some kills as well on that pistol round, maybe save some money. I might start saving money, like a little bit of money on the pistol round. Actually.
Yeah, I do.
Like $300 or something.
I often do.
Buy a P250 then, that's it.
Like on the T side, I might buy a P250 and a smoke, but I generally try and get a 1v1 duel.
Yeah.
With a P250.
The flashbang can be so useful as well sometimes, but only if there's coordination.
Yeah, so it's never useful.
Few and far between.
Def missing his flashbang. Really needs a headshot with the scout. It's a nice flick through the box. He saw if I can play it around default. Rex playing an off angle now around triple. Inviting Def in. Making a play on his name. 2 rounds in a row for EUnited. Complexity still in the bin. And their lead is dwindling. Let's not forget, this is not Space Station, but we're not really sure how far EUnited can go in their current iteration. It's such a different team without Ace.
Yeah. I mean, he was having, I don't think he was having the best stats whilst he was IGLing on the AWP, so it may also have been one of the reasons why he left.
He didn't leave, he was kicked.
Or rather, he was kicked.
He was removed by force.
Perhaps
he was escorted out of the building then.
And so that could be one of the reasons. That's the thing, is that Finesse is not going to be a fragger, or even necessarily a clutcher. Like, the value from him is going to come in trying to create a structure for people to play. But that's the question that I have, is how if his methodology has evolved to modern Counter-Strike, because if it hasn't, it could be disastrous for the team, but we'll see how it goes. I think the upset against Na'Vi is only a best of 1, and there's not really any data on this EUnited yet. So they're hard to play against in best of 1s, I'd imagine. Smoke time.
Is this for a pillar? So far away to throw it. There is the smoke from Android. Give himself some cover, allow his teammates to come in through the door. Stanislaw goes through the window, almost lining up for him. He knows one is to the left of his reticle. Looking for another one. Won't see the bullets just yet, but oh, two minds there. Looking at a player on the low, aiming at the player on the high, dragging his crosshair down a little too much, and it's turning into a massacre on this B bomb site. There, Shazam go through this angle, making the hero play. There's almost always someone in that corner to the right-hand side, standing in the flames to try and take him out, but he can't do it, leaving Def in an awkward position. The bomb continues to tick now. What is he going to do here? Fade away, maybe.
Uh-oh. Oh, no.
Might try and save an AWP.
He's so dead. Oh, Moose didn't drop out of the window. Just called it. Finesse, can you win this 1v1? You know he's there. Back turns, easy frag. 9-11. Complexity struggling here. About to have a tie game on our hands. And the money is growing rapidly. That is something that was not the case on the last half. When Complexity on the T side, EUnited were always doing damage. Even though they were hard pressed to find a round, they were always doing damage to the economy. Right now, Complexity is struggling to find the kills, as well as the rounds.
Some grenades top mid, but nothing doing. Indeed, it's going to be one round now. It's going to be worrisome after dropping the match to the space station earlier. Brief one. See if Android can get a meaningful frag. If he picked FNS... No, never mind. His relics with the AWP. Just thinking, if he was lucky enough to get a kill on the sniper and get instantly traded, they may not be able to retrieve the AWP. But then again, EUnited may not feel compelled to use one on the T side anyway. And there he goes, back on the buy now. Maximum loss bonus for Complexity because of minimum success on the CT side.
Ops. Ops, ops, ops. Lots of ops for Complexity and one for EUnited as they look to go for a FACEIT play. There is some kind of utility here from the CTs, and that's completely staggering the push. You see Pit and Palace is disjointed at this point, and so they will lose Dazzle trying to get up there. Made their way to Tetris, but you can see Def's in a perfect position to deny Tetris control from the Ts. Trying to lurk the smoke is Dapper, and this comes down to Moose now. Really does come down to Moose. Can he open things up here and cause distraction? That space maybe now for his teammates to get out onto the bomb site. Stanis will take him down though, Stanislaw. Might as well say his full name.
Baratheon. I like Stanis Baratheon. I just want to take this moment to say that.
Okay. Yeah.
It's really important.
Yeah, he was a cool dude. R.I.P.
Apart from the, murdering daughter part. Making his way into the B bomb site is FNS. Oh, that was a really key frag for him. Spots to play by the window as well. Now you can spray through the wooden boxes. Maybe the best chance to plant the bomb has gone. They've seen the bomb on B. It will be a full rotation for Complexity. And they've got double the numbers. Make it quadruple the numbers. No kills for FNS. There is the round for Complexity, but they cannot take a reset. There's so much money for EUnited. So much money.
Yeah. Yeah, it's difficult, isn't it? For the lads in blue. Blue lads. The Smurfs. We'll see if they can make their way into the A bomb site. They're looking for a... Looks like a contact. Are they going contact? No, they're just tossing nades. A with smokes. Well, it doesn't seem like there's anyone to really go for the fake here. One player splitting off to go mid-late, but otherwise everybody else into the bomb site. And the entries will happen here, but response is there from Stan, and there's a gap in the smoke. Oh dear, that's causing problems. The bomb will go down, but a 3v4 for EUnited.
Harassment for FNS. He hears a footstep. They're trying to bait the shot. There will be no shots. Relics and Moose remain. Again, they have some money. Damage would be great. There'll be no more damage. Only Def taken out. 13 rounds for Complexity. going from strength to strength at the moment. Again, there'll be more pressure coming from EUnited, but don't need more than 1 kill in this next round.
Yeah, it feels like that round could have been very promising, but a couple problems, such as, you know, that gap through the smoke, delaying the plant, and then having no ability to stay safe from CT or challenge CT. Finesse's position on triple was not ideal for that. So it felt like there was promise, but so it's one of those things where you have to, timeouts are really good in this situation, because you can think to yourself, okay, did we get in advantageous positions and did we maybe just get unlucky, or did we get into a really good spot, but there was this one thing that happens that we can, you know, fix for the next time, and then everything will go smoothly. Like, you know, those are things you can think about in a timeout as you get on the same page.
Well, here we go. Big round for EUnited. Smoke towards the window and the smoke for the highway. Molotov didn't touch the smoke grenade at all. I guess he threw it really deep in the corner. It's unlucky for Shazam. There is the CT smoke at the bottom of connector to hold position and slow down EUnited. And while they're slowed down, Def will keep things active, looking for info. He has to assume that Palace is compromised until they know otherwise, which is something for Ye to consider as he repositions around jungle. And he will focus on, well, let's see. Okay, focusing on the rest of the map. Again, Palace is unknown, so Complexity will respect that. Now it's information seeking for Def.
He's gone walkabouts. His timing's going to be quite good, actually. He may not catch the connector players, but the flank will be good, and the spray's even better from Ye as he takes down 2 players on the entry. Shazam's covering the push to jungle if it was to happen, and now Def arrives from the back, and oh, he just goes down. The Relic's AWP too strong in this situation, opening up the space for a bomb plant to go down without harassment, as Relic's really holds anyone coming in from the window position. Or as I say that, he gets flashed in, it's not really going to go all that well.
Moose on the rotation. The bomb is planted for players of EUnited on the ramp. Now, if Dapper faces alone, we'll expect second player. Maybe now because the flashbang has come out. They're lining up, jumping into the smoke. This could be huge. Android getting on the bomb. The smoke, is it still up? He's got off the bomb now. Moose looking for something. Android popping out. Moose at the point of no return. And Android will clutch the round for Complexity. He's such a smart player. There it is. Another round in the bag looking for AWP. There it is. 2 more rounds to go, but there's still more money for EUnited.
Yeah, it's one of those things, isn't it? You know, you have so much bank. Sure, the CTs were either way at it by winning rounds, but then the loss bonus and then getting bomb plants really adds up, and then you can have a situation where there's just always buys. So Shazam, 5 players facing him in mid at once, or 4 players rather, and it's just nailing him straight in the face. Dazzle, great shot, great pace from EUnited, and you can see the pace is just too much. Finesse jumping onto the fence in mid, it's going to take down Ye easy. And now the B players are left just wondering what the hell just happened.
Well, that's a different situation. What does this mean for the money of Complexity? They lost too many players in the previous rounds. Despite 3 rounds in a row, they haven't been able to really build any bank. If they can keep these 2 players alive, maybe they force around these weapons. Android will be able to drop one. Def just on $100. Maybe those aggressive plays down the ramp will be invited again. No guarantee of similar success, however. Terrorists win. Okay, just 3 rounds in it. Do they force around these weapons? Looks like a yes.
Looks like a yes. It's going to be a difficult one. You would maybe expect them to be a bit funky here. You only have 1 AWP, got a UMP in play. I mean, you can always play it passively. It depends, I guess, how you feel the other team likes to play. And going for a set piece on A this time. They've done it before, and they've had some problems with gaps and smokes and timings. We'll see if they can do a better job here now that they feel as though Complexity's counter-utility game is going to be weaker. Get the nades.
In come the grenades. Molotov on the high ground. They're forced forward. No one spotted him yet. Can he get two? No, he's going back to the well, but it's too late. It's dry. Yay on the site. Some pre-fire to UMP. Quick trade from Relics. And all of a sudden, there are 2 players remaining. Plenty of footsteps. Plant instantly denied. That's a huge frag from Stanislaw. Do they know where both players are, though? Looking for a boost. The jumping android. But the plant will be successful this time. Stanislaw rotating. If he was still in jungle, part of Molotov would have stopped this. But it's fine.
Buying time. Buying time. Flank is coming in. This is where the damage gets done. Android set it up. And here it is to just slam dunk it all. Oh, that should be fantastic. Finish off the player in the shadow position. Now the Molotov to absolutely ruin Relics. He can't do a single thing. The flames spread everywhere. And the defuse comes in the nick of time. Just about got it. Very well done by Complexity. What a retake from them. So calm and collected.
Wild. That was crazy. Great play from Stanislaw with the rotation. They never expected that. Thought they knew where both players were. HE landed in just the right place. I really wondered if it would. Well, often you're... Well, I guess you can bounce the Molotovs off. Early frag from Moose. An easy one on Yay. Definitely feel like pushing yes. Expecting that the AWP will rotate away instantly. But 2 players creeping out. Palace. Man advantage continues for Complexity. And, sorry, for EUnited. And Complexity have not seen the bomb in this round.
It's kind of weird that you have 2 players like rotating back out of Palace. It's like it feels kind of a weird situation. Def probably going to feel a bit frustrated with that. He did very well to go for that push. It was smart. But Android to put a push of his own. Head spotted. You can see that EUnited are really reading these aggressions from the CT side. The desperation, they can smell it. Stanislaw will trade it mid with the AWP, but he's got a 1 versus 2 on his hands. The bomb now picked up, or yeah, there it is, being ferried across to that B bomb site. Stan looks like he's got the right read, going towards B, but Dazzle's position, it's so far forwards. It will cause all kinds of problems for Stan as he makes his way, but he's going to hear the grenade thrown. He's surely... Oh, he's done it. He's gone forward through the choke point. That's the problem player. Oh, that is amazing from Stan. How has he done that?
Stolen away. Great positioning. I did wonder if he would be shot from the window when he was looking towards the door, but god damn, that was a great way to finish off the game. And with 1 more game to go, I think that's just a great way to like spur on a team. All watching him do something crazy like that. Fantastic.
Yeah, it was a really cool matchup actually, you know, seeing both teams displaying their strength and their styles, and the Complexity, you know, really showing their class towards the end with the comeback as they hit that second half. And you know, they were always ahead. It was fairly comfortable, but I just like the fact that EUnited are such a strong team and that they can, you know, really contest pretty much anybody on the world stage at the moment. And again, I think Moose is impressing me a lot. I didn't really realize quite how good he was, I think, until very recently. And so that's been fun to see. And some of the clutches here from Stan as well have been really nice to watch also. This one especially, understanding, like that sound cue from tossing the nade, that's what allowed him to do that, which is crazy. It's crazy the kinds of things that can lose you around.
Big output from Moose in that game. 3,000 damage, just shy of, but not enough to take it over the line versus the likes of Complexity, who are still with a chance of making it to LAN, which is fantastic for them. EUnited, again, I think have been set back with the roster changes, and this might not even be the permanent lineup with Cooper being signed. So I think the next few months are going to be difficult for them, but maybe they can get a W on the last map of the day. That's going to bring Mirage to a close. So 1 more map to go here in North America. That will be coming up just in a few minutes, so don't go too far away. We shall be back for map 4 in North America.